was there for the fight, Ali and Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
And when Foreman was
hurt,
injured in training,
yeah.
it was postponed for 6 weeks, so I went back home. And when I tried to go back, that's when I was told I was not welcome. I took it as a badge of honor.
Well, I wouldn't. I got to let you go with this one more question. Are there any other countries where you've been exiled?
I'm sorry to say no.
Godfather, have a wonderful...
I haven't even been thrown out of states,
okay.
much less countries.
Much respect. I want to thank you for your time. We'll talk soon. Have a great week, Godfather.
You too, Pedro.
The retired HBO Godfather guy, I feel so blessed to know him. Of course, the retired HBO Godfather is none other than Mr. Larry Merchant. You are tuned to Ring Talk live worldwide on Sports Byline.
If you've got a property that you've been trying to sell and you've tried almost everything, I want to tell you about something that you haven't tried yet. You're going to think this offer is too good to be true, but it's not. Thousands of customers have sold their homes in any condition with Need to Sell My Home. This is a real opportunity from a highly rated company that buys homes all over the country. Did you know it's possible to sell your home right over the phone with no real estate commissions and no pesky open houses? Plus, every offer is a cash offer with no mortgage holdups. To find out how much you can sell your home or property for, call now. Take 5 minutes of your time and call for this 100% free quote to sell your home.
800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. That's 800-430-0674.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. Show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you'll get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. That's 800-887-1097.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment you should add to your portfolio. The beauty of silver is that however much you have available to invest, silver is affordable and easy to acquire, with one coin costing around $30. So, if you choose to invest a few thousand in silver, you can get quite a bit for your money, and you'll have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be proud to own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
Now, more of Ring Talk with Pedro Fernandez.
Can I just
go for it?
Give you one postscript? After that fight, I thought of something the great sports writer Red Smith once wrote. If you want to find out who won a close fight, ask a 9-year-old kid.
I think that was vintage Larry Merchant, like 99, 2000, somewhere around there. Straight up, this is Ring Talk Live Worldwide. We've been partners for 41 years at the Hagler-Hearns fight, the post-fight press conference in the in the sports pavilion at Caesar's Palace. Of course, that fight was held outdoors. And Larry Merchant walked in, this and that, and he walked right up to me. He goes, "Wasn't that amazing?" And I didn't know who he was. I was starstruck, you guys. I was absolutely starstruck. Like, this guy walked up to me. He goes, "I know who you are." I go, "You do? You do?" He goes, "Yeah, you write for the newsletter." I said, "Yeah, Flash and Boxing Update." He goes, "Yeah, that's the trade paper." I said, "Yeah." So anyway, that began our relationship, and that was like 41 years ago. Of course, April 15, 1985, to be exact, tax day 1985, the Hagler-Hearns fight. Of course, considered the greatest 3 rounds in boxing history. Maybe, not quite 3 rounds, but bottom line is, of course, it was a rumble, no doubt about that. But had Tommy Harris not hit Marvin Hagler on the top of that big bald head of his and broke his hand, I think mine might have been a little bit different, because Marvin did get rattled a little bit. There's no doubt about that. Speaking of Marvin Hagler, I saw I told you I thought that Roberto Duran was the guy that basically showed that Marvin Hagler was beatable. I did. Of course, Marvin Hagler and Roberto Duran fought in November of 1983. This was after Duran, of course, earlier in the year beat Pepino Cuevas, a 4th-round KO, and then stopped Davey Moore for the WBA junior middleweight title in front of a sold-out Madison Square Garden. Of course, this fight, wow, with Hagler was just a mega event. Outdoors in Las Vegas, 15 rounds, and Duran's fighting. The guy that turned pro at 122 pounds. Basically, he was a little guy. He was a little guy fighting Marvin Hagler, who turned pro at 160 pounds. He was always a bigger 150, 160-pound guy. Talk about marvelous Marvin Hagler, the then world middleweight champion of the world, of course. And then Duran and him were going to fight, and like, I'm scared to death. I'm a Duran fan. My friend of mine is co-managing Duran, this and that, so I'm freaking out. You know what I'm saying? And we were all freaked out. I mean, we were all freaked out. You should have seen us. We were looked like we were being led to a death, to an execution of a friend or something like that. I kid you not. So anyway, we get to the fight, and we get there, and everybody, good luck, Roberto, and this kind of stuff. Good luck, Roberto. Roberto's like, he ain't saying nothing. He got his little stone cold face on, this and that. He looks like he's in real good shape, no doubt about that. I looked at him physically. He was in good shape. I watched him train for this fight in Palm Springs. He trained hard. He trained really hard. So anyway, Duran's ready, and Hagler's ready, and of course they go 15 rounds. And after the first and second round, I say to myself, Duran's still here. He's still standing up, and he's landing his right hand. Duran had a little sneaky right hand, and that's what Marvin told me. Of all the fighters that he fought, the only one that really impressed him was Roberto Duran. He said that Roberto Duran was the greatest fighter that he ever fought, and the fact that Duran kept connecting him with that sneaky right hand. He goes, "I knew it was coming, but I couldn't get it out of the way." And of course, that made the fight somewhat close on the scorecards. After 12 rounds, Roberto Duran, I think, was at or near a draw at that point in time after the 15 rounds. Of course, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th round, Duran just wore down because of the natural size. I mean, he's a smaller guy. Size matters for the most part in 2 things, pornography and combat sports. And this, without a doubt, was combat sports. But Marvin Hagler, of course, died a few years ago, bit of a heart attack. People thought it was COVID. But, I met him in Vegas, of course, when he was training for the fights. I think it was the Juan Roldan fight, something like that, of course, before the Duran fight. And I met him in Vegas when he was at Johnny Taco's gym. He used to train at Johnny Taco's gym, or Toco, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is Toco, Tocco. He said that so many people called him Taco, he just basically called himself Johnny Taco, even though his name was Johnny Toco. Anyway, Johnny Toco ran the ringside gym down on Main Street, actually the Main Street gym in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's still there, but it's, it's still Johnny's pictures in front of the place and all these pictures on the back. But the bottom line is I don't think they do much boxing in there. Anyway, I watched Hagler train for this Roldan fight. I watched him train for Leonard. I watched him train for Hearns. I watched him train for Duran. Okay, I watched Marvin train. So they allowed me in the inner sanctum. And this was the last few days before the fight. Not that he was giving up big-time secrets, this and that, but he was allowing people in this inner sanctum, because when I counted people in the room, there was only 4. It was 4 guys. I mean, besides the boxers and the people that were involved, there was only 4 people that were in this room watching Marvin Hagler train each and every time. And it was me and a few other guys who were within his camp. So at the end of the day, Marvin and I had a decent relationship. And when I would see him on the road, we talk like in Malaga, Spain. We were in Malaga, Spain together. We were in Italy together. I think we were in Buenos Aires, Argentina together. I remember in Buenos Aires, Argentina, when referee Jay Nady of Las Vegas, of course, he was the referee that Zab Judah tried to throw the stool at, but referee Jay Nady, somebody snatched a purse in Rio de Janeiro, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Somebody snatched a purse. We were at the WBC convention, and we're standing in line waiting for cabs or something like that. And some guy came by and grabbed the purse. And Jay Nady, who was 6'5" or 6'6", and like 245 solid pounds, 250 solid pounds. Jay Nady took off after the dude, chased him down 3 blocks, and beat his ass and brought him back. I kid you not. Wow, that was sort of cool. No doubt about that. Jay Nady, of course, was the guy that sort of got ruined by the with the ride-sharing people, because the bottom line is he owned all these Las Vegas cabs. What are cabs worth in Las Vegas now? Speaking of Las Vegas, I was headed there a couple of weeks ago until I realized there's no Las Vegas to go back to. There just isn't. I mean, having worked down there and commuted down there and lived down there and this and that, the Vegas I knew is gone. I mean, I'll tell you, resort fees. I mean, we used to be able, not that I had to pay for hotels because I worked for the Imperial Palace Hotel. I had my own suite with a nice hot tub in the whole house. I had not 24/7 room service, all 9 yards. Anyway, I mean, talk about being treated like a king. Yeah, that's what the reputation. Take it back. The slogan of the Imperial Palace Hotel was, you stay here and get treated like a king, but you don't have to pay a king's ransom to do so. Of course, I love the Imperial Palace Hotel. And of course, when their owner was it Ralph Engelstad, I think that was his name, when he got sick and everything changed. Of course, he was like the last major casino owner that was an independent guy on the Las Vegas Strip. And he was cool to me. I remember when he hired me, he brought me into his office and he says to me, "Hey, Fernande, your name's Fernandez?" And I'm going, "Yeah." And he goes, I'm thinking, "Yes, sir." Yeah, I'm trying to be, "Yes, sir." But I'm a little intimidated. I'm a little intimidated. This guy owns a casino worth $1 billion, the whole 9 yards, and he's interviewing me personally. So he goes, "Well, do you gamble?" And I really didn't know what to say because I really don't gamble. So I go, "No." He goes, "Good, because I just write out the checks for you, and I need you to sign them and give them back to me, because you ain't going to win here, kid." So what? I said, "Sir, pardon me, sir?" He goes, "You're not going to win here." He goes, "This is the rule. I'm going to tell you the rule. And if I see you violating the rule, I'm going to fire you." And I went, whoa. I mean, this dude's hiring me to do radio and TV. And he's telling me how to live my life and gamble and this kind of stuff. No, but he knew what he was talking about. He said, "You play $25 or $40. Make it a $40 max." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You put $20 down on the hand." He goes, "If you lose," he goes, "you play the other 20. He goes, "If you lose both, you walk away. If you win, you keep going. If you get around $300 or $400, you walk away at that point in time, because at that point in time, the shoe's going to work against you and you're going to lose." This is a casino owner telling me how to gamble when I was in Las Vegas. First, I was green as guacamole. I couldn't believe it, this and that. But, this was a Las Vegas that was different. I mean, buffets were like $7.95. I mean, I would eat steak and eggs at the Stardust Hotel, and we would go down there in a cab. Cabs are cool, before ride sharing. And we go down in the cab, and we get like $3.99 steak and eggs, or, I mean, kid you not, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning after partying this and that, or any time, 24 hours a day, you can get a prime rib in Las Vegas for $7. All that stuff is gone. Corporate America took over. Resort fees. What are resort fees? It's something they add on to your bill after you've been there. You don't know it's going to go down until you've been there. How did I know? They shocked me one time. One time they hit me with resort fees and pool fees. Pool fees. Guess what? It was wintertime. The pool was closed. And they charged me for it. And then I went down and I bought some water one time at the MGM Grand at this stand. This lady was standing next to the escalators or whatever it was, and she had water and snacks and matches and lighters and cigarettes, that kind of good stuff. So anyway, I got some water from her. So I got some water from her at 11:15 in the morning the first time, and it was $4 and even. It was $4 even. Then I went back at like at 7:30 at night or 8 o'clock at night. I think I was walking back to my room, so I said, "Let me get some more water." So I got some water, and it was like $4.65. So it went up 65 cents in a few hours. And I said to the lady, I said, "What kind of spit is this?" And when I say spit on the show, I mean spit with an H. Really then, no doubt about that, all right? What the hell is going on? She said, "Oh, sir, that's surge pricing." I said, "What do you mean surge? What do you talk about surge price?" She goes, "Well, the price is surged." I said, "Surge what?" I said, No, this is not, is this legal? Can you do this? She goes, "I think so. They're doing it." I mean, she wasn't defending it, this and that. So anyway, I put my a bottle of water down, put my bottle of water down and stormed across the street to like Walgreens or CVS. And bought on my cell phone was a case for like $6 or $7. What I'm trying to tell you is that the prime rib that I used to get for, I think it was like $3.99 at the Stardust is now $40. You can't, if you can get it for $40, okay? The buffets, they're not happening anymore. They wiped out everything that was cool in Las Vegas. Everything that was, listen, the mafia. I'll tell you, I was there when the mafia ran the place. There's no doubt about it. They treated me good, even when I won. I mean, I won one night. I was fighting in Las Vegas, I think, and I was training there at Johnny Taco's gym, and I was staying at the Westward Ho, some hotel casino that my girlfriend couldn't believe. I told her, "I'm staying at the Westward Ho," and she said, "What hoe are you staying with?" And I went, "Oh, man," I was trying to explain it to her. So anyway, I am sober. I'm not drinking, not smoking weed, not doing have a good thing. I'm working on this fight, training for this fight, but I can't sleep so well. So I'm going down and playing blackjack next door at Slots of Fun or something like that. I'm staying at the Westward Ho, and I'm going next door and playing at Slots of Fun, something like that. Anyway, so I won like $300 or $400, and then I won another $400, and it turned out to be I won $3,000. I won $3,000 this is straight sober. So anyway, here's what happened. A lady sat down next to me, and she hit on a 20. And I said to myself, what's going on here? Then she hit on an 18. So then I realized that she was a plant. They put her next to me in order for me to lose because they knew I was on such a hot roll. But the bottom line is that was the hottest night of my life. I walked away with $4,000. Of course, I would lose the fight to Ernie Chavez, the welterweight, when I stepped up away. Thought